All right, guys, what's going on today? We're going to recap the fight, so special shouts out to you. Thank you for taking the time to join us with the recap of the Ryan Garcia versus Tank Gervonta Davis.
Whoa, a lot of build-up. You know, it was a
build-up.
crazy build-up, big fight night.
Yes.
So let's get into it.
Well, the first thing we want to make sure that everybody's clear is why we do this is to give clarity for those of you who are casual fans and for those of you who are working with athletes right now. It's important that you understand the real layers of boxing. So what we're going to do is tell you several things that actually were overlooked prior to this fight. And first and foremost, we got to say special shouts out. Give us 1 second to thank our sponsors, one being the Coach's Corner.
The Coach's Corner.
And for all of you who are out there working hard to get yourself to your next level, just remember this. Follow someone who's done it before, and that's how you get to the next level. Learn from their mistakes. Don't focus on how can I do this better. Just go get the answers. Now, let's get on with the conversation.
All right.
Ryan Garcia and his team, I said this fight would be about the coaching. And when you're talking about the coaching, the corner is where we're going with this.
Yep.
The corner is uber important, and I said that we were overlooking one important thing that no one had actually paid any attention to.
Yes, you did.
And that was the experience of Joe Goosen in the corner in fights of that magnitude. But the thing about it is I didn't realize that Floyd Mayweather was going to show up bringing 3 generations of boxing with him.
That's right.
And so that ended up, like I said prior, I said that everything that happens before that day goes out the window on that day. Because on fight day, that's the equivalent of 3 days consecutively running. And what happened is the spoiler shows up. Probably after people have placed their bets, and I know when they saw Floyd step in that ring, they knew that this could be a problem. And that one-upped Joe Goosen's, and his presence was definitely necessary, but there are just a lot of holes in this game, and I'll get into that next. So
yeah, it was obvious to me, you know, when we had the corner between corner time between rounds 1, 2, 2 and 3. Tank was looking for a special voice, that one voice that can tell him exactly what he could do, what he needed to do, because he had been there.
Make sure that you guys let us know if you actually watched the fight on Saturday night. Drop it down in the comment boxes. Who did you pull for? And for those of you who actually took part in our scoring, we had a prediction segment that we wanted to get around to those. What, Alvarez and Gaz?
Oh yeah, we have four winners. We had Gaz, Harper.
Yes. Alvarez. Alvarez, because I remember your last name because Canelo is an Alvarez.
That's right.
So, and then we had 2 others. I can't really think of them. They're up there on the page. We acknowledge them. They actually will win a series of shirts, and if this post gets 1,000 likes, they'll also get the entire set of the Master Boxing shirts. And you know, we keep the smoking hot shirts, and with the boxing fundamentals tattooed on the chest. So,
and they got a full ride to our prep school.
And they got a full ride to prep school. So together, collectively, that's $2,000 just for dropping a comment. So make sure you're conscious on commenting down below. We pay close attention and ask questions. This show is for you, AKA the viewing audience. And the next thing I'm going to get you in this fight is the adjustments that were to take part. I said that this fight is about a boxer puncher versus a pure boxer puncher, which has not been the case since Sugar Ray Leonard, Thomas Hearns. A dynamite puncher against a dynamite combination puncher. Garcia is a dynamite puncher with that left hook, and he has a decent right hand. Gervonta Davis with Sugar Ray Leonard, he could adapt and adjust during the fight. And why I said that Ryan Garcia was a boxer puncher is because that's all he is. He's a boxer puncher with minimal footwork prowess. Going back fighting off your back foot changes the complexity of every fight. Lateral takes the power away from any fighter.
Yeah.
And knowing when they come inside your front door to steal your jewelry, that you gotta make sure you understand what's coming by giving them those feints.
Didn't see that.
He didn't use any feints.
I didn't see it.
He didn't do any of the things. He didn't set traps. He just threw punches, and he was fighting off emotion. And I know he felt like that's going to be enough. I'm gonna fight. But you're in there against a pure boxer puncher. He just happens to be able to knock you out with one shot.
True.
And that almost happened in the very second round that Ryan Garcia had actually called him self-winning. This was in the history books, but the numbers were great. We want to make sure that all of you understand these are the kind of conversations that you must have. There was one of our fighters went away, and the story pretty much was we didn't realize he was actually flying a long distance before a fight. And so I'm thinking that day before the fight, during the weigh-in, it's like, yeah, he's taking a flight. And I try to tell you all, don't travel prior to the fight without at least 2 to 3 weeks. The body has to optimize to where you're going. So he went over there, and I saw when he was in the corner, when I realized where he had to go for the fight, I'm thinking, no, you can't do that.
Yeah.
It's obvious. And then you got to have your team complete. So we went over the conversation about how many people actually need to be in your training camp so that you can maximize your return on the time vested in the training camp. And man, it hurt me to my soul when I realized these things right before the fight was starting. And just like I said, I could tell that the jet lag had settled in. You don't have your legs up under you. You get fatigued. No matter how good you're in shape, you start to become fatigued when you don't even realize why. And it's because your body is experiencing jet lag from the travel. And you have to give your body optimized time to adjust to the climate, adjust to the time difference. From going from here to California, Vegas is 5 hours from North Carolina. Now I'm down in South Florida. I don't know what that flight is, but if I had a flight that was 5 or 6 hours, you're not fighting that week. All right? Just so all of you know. And so what we're going to do is, in our Coach's Corner, we're going to have an inaugural conversation for you all that you can take part in and learn exactly how many people that you need in camp, what responsibilities do they have, and what characteristics must you look for when you are bringing those people into your camp, and making sure that the trainers have enough people supporting their situation, and that the head coach has the right people to get that guy ready for that fight. And you need to make sure you have these pieces in place. And that's what we're going to talk about. So if you're a coach, you're working with fighters, you're a trainer, or you're a fighter, come into this and listen to what it is that you need, because it'll knock you off your socks, some of the responsibilities that must be used and in place when you're fighting at the highest level of boxing.
Yeah, you can't escape it.
Yeah.
These boxes have to be checked. So we're going to let you know what they are.
Yeah.
And we're going to make sure you have that checklist so you know what boxes you need to fill and get filled on your list.
That's right. That's what we do. And special shout out to our brothers that are currently in the School of Boxing, and they are going through this exact same thing, learning how to utilize those that are in your camp, how to get to the highest level of boxing, whether you're in the amateur levels, the transferring into the professional. You know, it's not rocket science. It's all about having experiences. And Ryan Garcia learned that you got to know more. You can't just want to win. You can't will yourself to a victory just because you want to win. Like, skills come into play, craft come into play, caginess come into play, and knowing what wrinkles to add in a fight when it gets to that level. That all comes into play.
Attributes will only get you so far.
Attributes only get you so far, and then real pure boxers will strip you of your entire arsenal. So if you're in that spot now, you want to be better, make sure you join us. CoachesCorner.com, right?
The Coach's Corner.
TheCoachesCorner.com. Look, continue blessings. I hope you guys enjoyed the next big fights coming out. Let us know who exactly it is you want to see next in the ring with Gervonta Davis or even Ryan Garcia. And until next time, we're out.
We're out.
And I'll see you soon.
Thanks, guys.
In the winner's circle, Coach Bradley, and I'm out. Remember, If you want the highest level of boxing, the coach's corner is what you're looking for. Peace.